Hello friends, in this video we'll see what is optional and how to use optional in Java. So in Java, in Java 8, optional class is introduced, and this optional class is used to avoid null pointer exception. So we'll first see what is the use case for this. So here we have created one user class. It is a simple Pojo class with name and city as its property, and then we have defined getters and setters and one parameterized constructor to initialize this user object. So in the user runner class we have just created one reference of user class and initialize it to null, and then in the sysout we have used get name to print the name of the user. So we'll just run this and see. So you can see here we got null pointer exception at line number 7 here. Why? Because this user object is not initialized. It has null value. Okay, and we are trying to call the get name method over the null. So that's why we got null pointer exception. So previous to Java 7 and Java 8 we have this mechanism to check whether the object is null and to avoid null pointer exception. So I'll just comment this line. Now what we are done here, we check whether the object is null or not. So if it is not null, then we will print the value of user. Okay, else we'll print some message like user object is not initialized. So let me just clear this and we'll run this again. So as you can see, user object is not initialized. This statement is printed here. So now we'll see how to use optional to avoid this null pointer exception. So we'll go to user optional runner class and we'll just reuse this code. So here first we'll create one optional object. Okay, so optional, so you can see it is present in java.util class and it requires one argument, and this argument is what type of object we need to check. Like here in this case we are going to check user object, so we'll pass user and we name it as optional user, and this optional class provides three different static method to create optional objects. So we'll use one of the optional method to create the optional object. So optional dot, you can see there are three methods: off nullable, off and empty. So we'll use this off nullable method, off nullable, and we will pass this method an argument, the object which we are going to check for null. So the object is user, so we'll pass here user. So here we have created one optional object, and now we don't need to check the null in this way, like user not equal to null. So we'll remove this and we'll use our optional object to check whether the user object is null or not. So our optional user dot, we have this is present and is empty method. Is empty and is present method will return boolean. Both the method will return boolean value. So the difference is empty method will return true if the object is empty, okay, and is present method will return true if that object is not empty, or we can say not null. So we'll use this is present method, okay. So if the object is not null, then is present method will return true, and then we will print the value of name of user object, okay. Otherwise we will print user object is not initialized, okay. So we'll clear this, we'll save first and then run. So let's see, we got user object is not initialized, okay. So here we have handle null pointer exception using optional. Let's say suppose we'll create our object user and we'll pass some value like John and city as New York, okay. So now let's see, we'll run this. So as you can see, the name John is printed here because the object now is not null. So is present method will return true and this message gets executed. So in this way we can use null pointer, we can use optional to avoid null pointer exception, and this optional class is present in Java 8. So thank you for watching this video.